Woo! Muscle, testosterone, muscle again, gym bro, lift heavy, all fun things. I made a lot more progress in the gym when I started training more like a gym bro and started caring less about the science, and I'm going to explain why to you right now. For those of you who don't know, I used to be 60 kg absolute stick figure. Now I'm up to 85 kg, mostly because I started training more like a gym bro and less like a science-based lifter, regardless of what the study says. So I want to give you a couple of quick myths, a couple of gym bro teachings, which actually do have a founding in a science-based approach, and I reckon you should use these, go into the gym and watch how your physique transforms as a result of that. First thing, eat big to get big. We all know we've got to watch our calories, eat the right amount to gain weight, but as an ex-skinny guy, if you're skinny right now, I can guarantee you that you don't understand the amount of volume we have to put into our bodies to actually achieve what we want to achieve there. The time of my life where I did a 10 kg bulk for the first time and actually broke out, I started eating about 4,500 calories every single day. Most of it was not clean food. I was still getting my protein in, but I remember I'd eat like 4,000 calories, and then once I'd done my entire intake, I'd go to the shops, I'd get a 2-litre bottle of caramel milk, and I'd drink that in the evening, and I'd wake up, look at the scales, and the next day I'm a kilo heavier already. And I know all these exercise professionals will tell you, eat clean, bulk clean, you can do it, but I remember, because I've been there, when I was that 62 kg guy, when I went in trying to force feed myself all these things, my mind was not in the right state to be able to be disciplined enough to stick to it. So if you find that's you, I actually think the healthiest thing for you to do is dirty bulk. Eat anything so long as you're still getting your protein in, 1 gram of protein for every pound of body weight you've got. And then once you're feeling better about yourself, once your mind's in a stronger position, and once you've gotten used to getting your other bits of discipline in line, like working out 5 days a week, then you can start to worry about eating cleaner. But in my mind, all I wanted was results, and results is all we ever want in our life. So if you're struggling, just eat dirty. Eat whatever you want, and then worry about optimizing it after that. Second thing, a pump equals growth. If you get in the gym and you pump the iron, you'll get massive. Isn't that right? Well, partially true. It actually is right. There are 3 main things which lead to hypertrophy, which lead to our muscle growth and the physique we want. The first 2 are mechanical tension, so time under tension, and muscle damage. How much you break down the muscle. Are you pushing it to failure? Are you really getting those reps in? And the third thing, which I think is really interesting, is metabolic stress, which as we see it, is a pump. So if you're going into the gym and you're actually adopting a mindset of, I want to go in here, I want to testosterone, smash some weights, boom, boom, short rest times, get the blood pumping, see my pump in the mirror, that is actually beneficial to a point for muscle growth. Obviously, it's not the only thing, but if you're going to the gym and you're thinking, okay, perfect tempos, strict form, I'm just going to try and do exactly as my workout program says, but I'm never going to fully unload and just pump that fucking shit out, bruv, then you actually have some gains left on the table. And it's good to adopt a bit of that gym bro mindset in this sense and go in there with that ruthless aggression and attack the iron, baby. Third one. Oh, look at that cutie in the background. Lift heavy or stay small forever. Again, true. It sounds obvious, right? You've got to lift heavier in order to gain muscle. But again, we often underestimate just how much heavier we have to lift to really see the growth that we want. I would highly encourage you to stick with as much perfect form as you can. However, when you get to the end of your sets, there is fantastic value and fantastic gains on the table ready to be snatched and pumped straight into your bicep if you add some cheat reps on the end. So we're doing like a bicep curl, elbows strict by the side, and then once we can't get there, we stop. We're still getting some muscle gains, yeah? However, if we're doing our strict form as long as we can, and then when that gets too much, we start throwing the weight, grunting, testosterone sounds, we're getting more work done. Sure, it's not perfect, but we're getting more work on the muscle, and that's what we want. We break it down more, we put more effort in, we're gonna come back stronger next time, and that's the name of the game. So if you think you're gonna make gains by not training close to failure or at least going to failure on your last set of your exercise, then you're gonna be making progress so much slower than other people around you, because that's where the muscle growth happens, in that range of failure. When it starts to burn, that's when you can start counting. Otherwise, honestly, just stay at home and watch Netflix. You'll have more fun doing that. So far, there's been a bit of a common theme between these points, and I've got 2 more points for you, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about that common theme at the end, because I think that's the secret takeaway where the gym bro archetype actually wins out against the science-based lifter. But before that, final 2 points I got for you here. Firstly, sweat is fat crying. Again, not completely scientifically correct, but there is a way we can benefit from this way of thinking. And while that sounds ridiculous, and obviously fat cannot cry, it doesn't have tear ducts, intense effort, which leads to sweat, that leads to us burning calories, that leads us to burning fat, and that leads us to building a far better physique over time, unless all we care about is just bulking as quickly as possible. But we're gonna get to a point where we wanna have a 6-pack. We wanna show off our muscles a bit more. And if you're someone who's 80 kg and a bit fat, you're gonna look smaller than someone who's 75 kg and pretty lean. So what I did for about 2 years was only obsess about bulking, and I think you should too if you're a skinny guy. And then when you get to a point where you're actually quite happy with your size, that's when I'm gonna start thinking about toning up the physique and looking a bit more like that superhero that you might see in the movies. So again, the science may say optimal way to train, do this many sets, this many reps, this many minutes of cardio. There is nothing to lose from going further, from pushing harder, getting more sweat out, burning those calories. You'll build a better physique over time, and you'll also strengthen your heart, pumping that blood through your body, and help increase your cardio, which is useful for many things, such as running, laying it down in the bedroom, and anything else you can think of. Final point, carbs make you strong. Yes, they do. If you go onto Instagram and you see these Bali wellness chicks, they'll say they never eat carbs, lean protein, and even guys in the fitness industry will go high protein, low carb. That's okay. However, carbs are the main fuel source in our body for lifting. Whether we're lifting light, heavy, running, whatever it is, we need carbs to burn in order to power that workout. Unless you're in a period where you're really trying to cut and you're really trying to lean down, eat a lot of carbs. I have cut once in my life because I still want to get bigger from where I am now. And when I was cutting, because I was eating so low carb and just focusing on my protein in, my performance in the gym drastically decreased. I was lifting lighter. I didn't want to push through. I didn't have that mental strength anymore because I didn't have that fuel pumping through my veins. And so if you're going into this thinking, I want to eat low carb, you're going to hurt yourself a lot because you're not going to have that energy to push through when it gets tough and burn out those extra hard reps at the end, which is what leads to our hypertrophy and building the physique we want. So carbs, good. Do not listen to anyone who tells you to cut them out, please. And so the theme that all these points have, and the thing that I adopted in my mindset change, which really helped me blow up my physique, was instead of going to the gym with this science-based mindset thinking I have to do this, 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 I took those science-based guidelines and I treated them just as that, only as guidelines. And then I took the gym bro mindset, mixed it in there, and went in thinking more weight, heavier reps, train like an animal, work out all day, every day, as much as possible, and just smash through. Because the science-based guy is the guy who gives up on his workout program after a few weeks when he gets tough and he doesn't get results. The gym bro, the meathead archetype, is the one that goes in and just smashes it out, puts all the effort in. Even if what he's not doing isn't scientifically perfect, if he's doing suboptimal form, he's still gonna make more gains than the guy who's going with perfect form and isn't really pushing through with that animalistic mindset. Because that's the bottom line, effort. Effort in equals results. If we're not putting effort in, if we're going in as a scientist going, well, this angle's right, we're not gonna be getting those results as effectively. So take your science base, take that into the gym, and then when you're in the gym, train like a gym bro. That's my personal theory, and that's what has worked the best for me to go from 60 kg to 85 kg. So, I hope you got some value from this, boys. If you did, subscribe, like the video, share it to your nan, let her know all about me, drop a comment, let me know what you thought, and as always, lads, I'll see you in the next video.